to the 26-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Space to maneuver at the 40. That good for 19 and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have you ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On second down, here's Fournette. Room here to run. 34 yards there and a first down.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet. Running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying, the defense is going to have to adjust to this.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A.J. Green, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
Here we go.
Here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. First down, it's Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Blair Brown coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Watson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. We're still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Let's go.
From the 50, it's Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, They remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Oh, able to avoid him. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. On first and 10, Kaiser. And Green with a catch left side. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Here we go.
Fournette, a first down carry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, say, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And now out comes Houston. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, here's Miller. And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too...
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Following the interception, Kaiser escaping the pressure right. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Well, the offense lining up first and 10. Running left, it's Fournette. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country. And at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential. He's realizing it here.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down, Kaiser. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Off the play fake, Kaiser. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And now out comes Houston. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And this is complete to Zach Miller. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And now a first down following that long gain.
Come on, let's go!
Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass. Watson now to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Yeah, nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Again, it's Fournette. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
First down, Kaiser. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. A handoff, Fournette running left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On play action, Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. On third down, Kaiser. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. And here now it's second and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that is going to set up third and goal.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And this is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it'll be tipped up and picked off.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And now out comes Houston. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. But they find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Here's Watson now on second down. Going up top. He's got it at the 15. A huge play there for Houston. 62 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Let's go!
To throw on second is Watson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They begin with a run by Fournette. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Kaiser now on second down. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. From the gun, Kaiser. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So on fourth down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. On first down, Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. Miller on the catch over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Fresh set of downs here.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Ohio.
Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Kaiser flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans cut into that lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Kaiser. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Kaiser now. And the pressure gets to him again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Brad Nortman now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And now out comes Houston. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But
You're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And it's 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And now here is another interception. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A handoff to Fournette. Fournette fighting through. It's a foot race. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, for those first 5 minutes.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Here's a give to Fournette. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fournette fighting through, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go. 190. 190. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Kill. Kill.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Kaiser on first down. Green brings it in. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They go play action. Kaiser rolling to his right. Completes it to Chris Ivory. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards. Red zone opportunity.
Here we go. Let's go.
From the red zone now, Kaiser. And he slings one that's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Let's go.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. Shrugs him off. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Here we go.
Play fake. Kaiser. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession, and so far they've done a nice job of that.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to.
That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there for the Texans. 57 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator is looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So now it's 1st and goal. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come out here in the I. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans get a bit closer. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, If you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Watch 18. Watch 18. Come on, let's go. What?
They'll throw here. Kaiser. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Fournette running right. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Second down, 8.
Let's go.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
To throw is Kaiser. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now out comes Houston. And tough starting field position here. Now a first down throw, Watson. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. of the gun. Watson dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice gain.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed. Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
They'll run. It's Miller, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Lamar Miller stops short of the sticks, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Fournette. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Play clock winding down. Kaiser now to throw on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
They'll run with Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action now. Kaiser. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. The catch made by Miller. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back near the 34-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
To the air yet again, Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Watson trying to get his guys moving. The slot man in motion right. Watson looks to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Play fake here on first down. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Come on, let's go.
From the red zone now, Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Come on, let's go.
This is Fournette. And some room to work. And now running right through it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now here's a carry heading left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now a handoff as they run left side. They find some open field here. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2. And that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. This one taken just inside the 10. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for Jacksonville...